Okay, notes 2.2, an introduction to logic. So today in class we looked at some different puzzles and tried to prove them using our logic and reasoning. Alright, today we're going to learn how to make an argument and learn some new vocabulary to also help us identify these parts of an argument. First thing, it's called a conditional statement. A conditional statement is a statement that can be written in the form if P then Q. So if P then Q. Now our conditional notation looks like this. So if P then Q. So conditional statement is a statement that can be written in the form if P then Q. So we have our question: if you live in a pineapple under the sea, then you are SpongeBob SquarePants. The if part of the statement is called the hypothesis. And the then part of the statement is called the conclusion. This is not like a science experiment. We have an idea, we are testing, and an expected result. Next one, if you pour boiling water on your friend, then they won't be your friend anymore. So our hypothesis is the if part. So that is, if you pour boiling water on your friend, if you pour boiling water on your friend, the conclusion, they're not going to be your friend anymore. Now, we also have something called an Euler diagram. Now, to help recognize our conditional statement, we use this Euler diagram. They're very simple to draw. Alright, we have two things. We have a circle and a box. Well, the circle is our hypothesis. And the box is our conclusion. So when we look at this, it says if a person lives in Kensington, then they live in Maryland. Well, the hypothesis is if they live in Kensington. Alright, so this is Kensington. So if they live in Kensington, then they live in Maryland. That's our conclusion. Well, it says Juan lives in Kensington. Well, we can put Juan right here. He's in Kensington. So therefore, Juan lives in Maryland. Now testing our argument. Alright, it says to draw our Euler diagram for the following conditional. If a creature is furry, then it is a mammal. Well, we start with our hypothesis, our if statement. So we have a furry creature. And this gets our circle. Then we get our box for our mammal. So if a creature is furry, here's our furry creature, then it's a mammal. Well, a bear is furry, so therefore we have our bear. He's furry, therefore the bear is a mammal. Reversing conditionals. Now, when you switch the order of the hypothesis and the conclusion, you get this thing called a converse. So you write a converse. So if our conditional, if a shape is a square, then it has four sides. Well, the converse, we want to switch these. So we want this to be first and this to be second. So we're going to say if a shape has four sides, then it is a square. Is the converse true or false? Well, if a shape has four sides, then it's a square. Well, that's false. When you find something that makes a statement false, this is called our counterexample. And our counterexample, well, something that has four sides that's not a square, you could say a rectangle. Rectangle's not a square. Has four sides, not a square. So if we have our conditional, if an animal is a snake, then the animal is a reptile. Well, to converse, if an animal is a reptile, then it is a snake. Is the converse true or false? False. And a counterexample, what's a reptile that's not a snake? Maybe a lizard? Lizard's a reptile, hopefully. It's not a snake.